right now, this is a spoiler not free zone. This is a spoiler danger zone. Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. Danger. If you have not watched Rogue One, get out of this stream. Get out of this stream. Or if you just don't care about spoilers, stay in. But I'm going to be talking about all sorts of Rogue One spoilers. So here we go. Who's here first? We got Dion Does Stuff. Howdy, dude. Welcome to the stream. We're going to be talking about Rogue One spoilers. So if you are not down, you should peace out. We are talking Rogue One spoilers. This is going to be a discussion. This is going to be a full-on discussion, guys. I'm going to be talking to the chat quite a lot. Not very good gameplay I'm probably going to have right now. I'm probably going to be doing really bad with the gameplay. This is mostly going to be a commentary stream session. So we're going to get it all out right now. We're going to talk about spoilers, Rogue One, final warning. If you don't want to listen to Rogue One spoilers, get the hell out. I am talking spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. Alright, just to test you guys out, to see if you guys know what's up. Everyone dies at the end. Everyone dies. Alright, cool. So you can't get mad at me, right? Because I explained to you that this is going to be spoilers, right? First off, people in the chat. How many people enjoyed Rogue One? Real quick, hold on, let me read the chat while I just sit right here. Let's see, we got Master of Disguise in here, we got Lawliet, we got Bobby, we got Spartan, we got Azrael, we got a bunch of people up in here. You guys, up in the chat, let's talk. Did you guys enjoy Rogue One? Let's talk about that first. Did we enjoy Rogue One? No. Even if I'm not paying attention, I'm doing commentary, I'm still going to beat you. Oh my god, did you just put a Park City bomb right there? LOL, and then the stream stops. No, the stream is still going on for me. Unless it stopped for you. No, I'm still going on for me. Yeah, no, still going on for me. Just refresh. You just refresh. So is no one in the chat seen Rogue One yet? Am I like the only one right now who Alright, cool. We got Tarek10. He says I loved it. Lawliet says I haven't watched it though. Then why are you here? The title clearly says spoiler rant. Get out of here. What are you doing? Bobby says it was dope. William Slight says it was amazing. I'm gonna get one more comment in here. Before I talk about what I thought about it. William Slight says Vader. Yes, Vader. Vader wrecked in this movie, and I mean wrecked in a good way. Hold up. I'm gonna get one more comment from somebody. Okay, so I haven't watched it, but I don't mind spoilers. So okay, that person says they didn't mind spoilers. All right. Yes, so I liked the movie very much. Now, when I first went into the movie, there was like these critics who were like, "This is the best movie since like Empire Strikes Back." Now, let's not go too far there. This is not Empire Strikes Back. This is not that. It wasn't that kind of a movie. It's not going to hit you on those levels. Like Empire Strikes Back levels are different kinds of levels. This movie, however, was extremely good. Let me get this killer cut. Dude, why are you not dying? What is going on? Cheats! Hacks! What's with these hacks? Oh yeah, that's right. Oh, I killed myself though. Yes, very, very, very good movie. I don't know where I would rank it quite yet in like, my favorite Star Wars movies. I have to let it like mull over a little bit. I gotta watch it a few more times before I like really say, okay, this is where it sits in my Star Wars, favorite movies. So far, right now, if I would like someone had a gun to my head, I would say it's between top 3, top 4, it's on the higher end. Ooh, thank you for dropping that. It's on the higher end of my favorite Star Wars movies. But yeah, let's talk about straight up spoilers. Vader. Let's talk about Vader straight off the bat. Vader scene was awesome. So at the end, this movie ended so well. I think the ending in this movie was really good. I think that was probably my favorite part. Was the last battle sequence and everything that happened in the context of that battle sequence. And then just someone on my Twitter said they can never look at dark hallways the same again, and I completely agree. Like that scene with Vader. Like all you see is like maybe what, a dozen rebels. You see a dozen rebels. Just like, waiting to hold the line, because they have the Death Star plans. They got to transmit it from Jyn Erso and her crew, and they got to hold the line, looking at this dark hallway, no sounds going on, but everybody in the audience, everyone knew Vader was coming, and the first thing you hear is, and it's just his lightsaber, and everybody in the audience was like, whoa! And then, like, the first thing you see is that he just deflects, like, they shoot at him, like, I mean, first you see, like, the shot where they're all scared, and then he deflects the lightsaber, or deflects all their blasters, and, oh my goodness. He deflects all their blasters, and he like freaking not force chokes. He force freaking grabs a rebel, plasters him onto plasters him onto the roof of the hallway, and just leaves him there while he's still deflecting. And there's another part which was awesome, where someone's shooting at him. So what he does, he sticks out his right hand or his left hand, I forget which one. He takes the blaster into his glove, and then he pushes it back out and shoots the guy like basically a ricochet, like a lightsaber ricochet, but with his hand. And that was awesome. That was like 2 minutes to like the max, but with a blaster bolts. You know, you need to die. You need to die. There you go. That sequence was amazing. Oh yeah, and then like at the end, like the rebel who has like the data pad, and like the door won't open behind them, like the door's jammed, right? It's like a horror movie type scene, and then like you can tell how freaked out that guy is. He's trying to like get it to the homie who's on the other side of the door. He's like, take it, I don't care, I'm gonna die anyway, like just take it. And then freaking Vader stabs him through the door, opens the door with the Force. Like that whole fucking scene, I was hoping for that too. I was like, hey, when this movie comes out, they better have a Vader kicking butt scene, because if they don't, they just missed a huge opportunity. Who's shooting me right now? But that was sick. I want to hear what did you guys think about that scene, if you guys saw it. Someone says, Cameo and Cat says, extremely well done, the Vader scene. That sent chills. Any scene with Vader in this movie, like, sent chills down my spine. Like, when he was talking to Krennic, and he came out, oh my god! Let's talk about freaking Vader and how he was, like, in the Bacta tank. That's so great. I like that they showed that, because while Vader is, like, you know, still powerful and he's this Sith Lord, he's still very much he's half a man. He's really half a man. So, like, when we see him for the first time in the movie, he's, like, in this Bacta tank. And I thought, oh man, for a second I thought we were going to see Hayden Christensen, because it was pretty much just like Vader just there, like. But then again, I was like, oh no, it should be kind of old man Vader at this point. It shouldn't be young Vader. Sorry, my gameplay sucks right now. I'm talking too much about how much I loved Rogue One. Hold on, let me get a better gun, because there's some guns you can just like kind of shoot with and not really worry about how you're doing. Let me get this skill quick. Yes, when we first see him, he's like in this Bacta tank, like his limbs are cut off. I mean, as we know, like it's just him with no limbs, and he's just like in this Bacta tank. He's being guarded by like these 2 guards who are watching over him while he's just getting healed up, because he's freaking broken all the time. He needs to heal up every so often. And then we see him get in his suit, and then like, oh, he drops like the best line in the movie, where Krennic is like, is it okay? Like he's like waiting for approval from Vader or something, right? Like after like Vader tells him like what to do to like to go to Scarif, or not go to Scarif, but go to Yadu and confront Galen Erso, that guy, the scientist who creates the Death Star basically. And he's like, oh, he's just like being a gnat. He's just being a nuisance to Vader. And then Vader just straight up force chokes him and goes like, don't choke on, oh my god, what was the line? It was, don't choke on your aspirations, or don't be so quick to choke on your aspirations. I can't remember, but I just remember it was badass. And it was like, oh my god, Vader and dark humor works so better. Tarek 10 in the chat says, way better fight than The Force Awakens. Yeah, even though there was like no lightsaber fighting, yeah, that whole sequence with Vader and the Rebels and him just dominating the Rebels was like, that was pure joy. That was pure joy. I'm waiting for Christmas to get the Battlefront DLC. Did you like Dr. Evina's cameo? Ivazan? I don't know who you're talking about right there. Seeing him in the tank was interesting as heck, really cool. The end was incredible. Oh yeah, also I think, okay, there's one thing. The first thing that kind of popped out to me when I was watching the movie is when they had the cameo for Bail Organa, because it was like so obvious. It was like they had like the Force theme playing, and then like he came in with like these super red eyes, so you're supposed to think like, oh man, he's been through the ringer, man. Like this rebellion is like taking life out of him and stuff like that. But then it's weird because even though he looks like complete shit in that first scene, later on he looks way better. Like when you see him with Mon Mothma, they're talking about Obi-Wan Kenobi, and they're talking about entrusting the data to Princess Leia. He looks way better. He's like walking fine, his eyes look fine, but it's like in that first scene, it's like, damn, did you just come back from like crying your eyes out or something? And it was just weird. Like they made a note of like, here's Bail Organa. They didn't even do that for Mon Mothma, and Mon Mothma was in this movie way longer than Bail Organa. They were just like, hey guys, here's Bail Organa. Don't you remember him? He's awesome. He's gonna die in Alderaan. Ah, isn't that great? And it was just weird. Like, it was a really weird choice and a really weird cue. I don't know if that anyone else felt that in the movie, but when that came up, I was like, why is this so like obvious or whatever? Syndulla cameo. I didn't see this. I tried to look for it, especially during the battle. I was looking for. I saw the ghost, but I didn't see Hera. Someone says they saw Hera in the movie because she was not in the movie. Syndulla was not in the movie. I mean, her father might have been. Cause I did see a Rodian, not Rodian. I'm sorry, a Twi'lek that looked that was inside what's his face? Saw Gerrera's like undercover like elite rebels. Like there was a guy who looked kind of like Hera's father. What's his fucking name? I forget his name right now. Off the top of my head. The Syndulla guy. What was his name? Cham, right? Cham Syndulla. It looked like him. I don't know if it really was him. He looked a little bit older. I mean, he probably should look a little bit older, but like he looked a lot older. But that might have been him. The scene where they inform Mothma of the attack, you see him in the background and hear him. Are you talking about Bail Organa? Because yeah, Bail Organa was there like 2 times in the movie. But then no, everybody in the scene where he's like, oh, I gotta go back to Alderaan and tell him that peace is not gonna be an option. We were all like, no, don't go back to Alderaan. And, oh my God, guys, Tarkin is in this movie. And like, it almost works. Okay, to be honest though, it didn't work fully because like, okay, here's the thing. Tarkin, because basically he's a completely CG character, or at least his face. I think his body is a real actor, but his face was CG. He was pretty convincing if he did not open his mouth. Whenever he opened it, I mean, some scenes were good, like when they were dark, you couldn't really tell what his lip animation was doing. But it was pretty good. Like, if he was not talking, if he was just standing in the scene, I was like, wow, they really resurrected Peter Cushing, and like Tarkin is like alive and well again. Wow, this guy is just about to get away. Wow, guys, let's kill this guy. But yeah, like anytime he talked, like his lips didn't move properly, especially when they cut back and forth between like real actors. Like you cut between a Krennic, or you cut between any of the other like Imperial Guard, and you're like, you can tell that's not really like a real person. That looks really, it doesn't look quite right yet. Like they're not that good yet at doing like replicating people. They did pretty good though, I will admit, on the Princess Leia at the end. Like they completely rebuilt young Leia in this movie, because that's how this movie ends. Like that's literally the last shot is the Rebel handing off the Death Star plans to Leia. Leia was there at the Battle of Scarif. She was just like on a frigate, and then like she just like leaves at the end. So yeah, like that was pretty good. It was so short, and it was fine. It was good enough that I think it was convincing enough. Damn, they're killing me like crazy. I'm not paying attention at all. Oh, you know what I should be doing? I should be using my Sonic Imploder. Oh, I can't right now. Let me use a better gun. Let me use like a gun that's easier to use. Just like a gun that's just like, what's the easiest gun to use? I'll just go back to this one. Yeah, that was pretty convincing. But other than that, like I think no Chopper. Yeah, I didn't see Chopper in there. What scene was the Ghost in? The Ghost was in the scene where the Rebel fleet first comes in from hyperspace, like when they are informed, like, hey, like there's like this rebel group going to like try and steal the plans on Scarif, and Mon Mothma's like, oh yeah, hey, send in a crew or whatever. It's when everybody first comes in. You can see it's very brief, very quick, but it is there. But yeah, I didn't see some people in the chat said they saw Hera in the movie, but I didn't see Hera. I thought I saw Cham Syndulla, but no. Yeah, Tom Growcut, we just talked about. That was the first thing we talked about, was the Vader scene at the end. The Vader scene in the end was like pure perfection, pure gold. Like I had everyone in the theater was just like going nuts. Like you couldn't have made that more perfect, I think. I mean, he did look a little bit clumsy, I will admit. I mean, that's kind of how Vader is in general, so like you kind of like gotta take that. That's how Vader's character was. And that's just how it is. So I mean, but he did look a little bit clumsy, like when he was deflecting the lasers and stuff like that. But I mean, like I said, that is what it is. Like you can't really like get around that. Hold on, let me get these kills real quick. But yeah, my favorite of the crew probably had to be Donnie Yen. I forget Donnie Yen's character's name, but it was cool. Like I liked that there was like a non-Force sensitive who like kind of touched the Force because he believed in it so much. I don't want them to go too far into that, like to say like, oh yes, everybody in the galaxy has the Force. You just have to try hard enough and you can use the Force. Like, nah, I'm not into that. Like, let's not make that a thing. But I did like that it wasn't so much that he was touching the Force. It was kind of like if someone like is a religious zealot, and they're just like, oh, like everything is God's will, and that sort of thing, and then like he just kind of got lucky throughout the movie. But you can't like say that he completely got lucky in the movie. Like you gotta like say the Force was a part of that. And I liked how at the end, like his buddy finally like started believing in the Force, and he was like, what was he always saying? I am one with the Force is one with me, or one with me. And he kept repeating that like that was like a prayer he had throughout the movie. And Boz, his buddy, finally like was like, oh, I'm gonna carry this on, and he's like, after he died again, guys, everyone dies in this movie, and I mean everyone. And freaking Jyn and Cassian's freaking death scene was epic. They like showed it until like the last moment because, oh, okay, here we're gonna go off topic for a second here, but I was kind of confused on the plot of the Death Star. Like, okay, at first it was like Krennic was trying to show off that like, hey, we can destroy planets and all that, but when they do the first demonstration on Jeddah, when they destroy the city of Jeddah, it seemed like the Death Star was not fully functioning, and Krennic even says that. He's like, oh man, that's not even like Tarkin's like, oh hey, good job, you did the impossible, you created the Death Star, and he's like, nah man, that's not even like an ounce of what its full potential is. And then whoa, nice sonic imploder, that kind of hurt. But then later on in the movie, it seems like did they ever correct that problem? Like, because we go from the Death Star just being able to kill like a single station or a single city on a planet to being able to kill the entirety of Alderaan, but they never seem to like have corrected that problem. Like there was never a scene with Krennic that goes like, ha ha, I figured out how to destroy planets now, not just like a city. That part kind of really, I don't know if anyone else that caught for anyone else. Let me see in the chat real quick. Let me sit down real quick. Let me read this. Hey Antoine, Vader's line was, "Try not to asphyxiate on your aspirations, director." Yeah, that's so true. Death Star was yeah. Okay, no one seems to really have an answer for the Death Star thing because that never made sense to me. Like, never seemed like the Death Star. There was a scene that said, "Hey, the Death Star can now kill planets." Like that never seemed to be the case. Okay, hold on. This guy's gotta die. This guy's got it. Where's he at? Got him. So that was weird. Like, I thought maybe when he was going to go to Yadu to talk to Jyn Erso, I thought he was going to go there and be like, all right, hey, freaking tell me how to make the Death Star destroy planets and all that kind of stuff, right? But that never happened. So that was really weird to me. Like, I was like, okay, how does the Death Star go from killing just cities to killing planets? Like, that never really got answered to me within the context of the movie. So I was always kind of weirded out by that. Also, the character arcs. I had an issue with some of the character arcs. Like Cassian, for instance. Like, I didn't really completely buy into him not wanting to kill Galen Erso. Like, the whole movie we've seen him, he's like ruthless. He'll kill his friend, his informants, like whenever they after they've served their usefulness. And then like there was never, I mean, I get why they would get to that point. I get that's where they want him to end, but I don't think there was enough of a payoff, or at least a setup. No, they had the payoff, but there was no real setup for him to get to that place in his life, if that makes sense. Like I would think there would be a scene between him and Jyn where it kind of sways him, but I don't think the scenes that they had prior to him not deciding to kill Galen was enough for me to be convinced, like, oh yeah, he totally would be convinced not to kill her father now because of this conversation they had. It just seemed kind of like out of the blue, like, oh, let's make him a good guy now, like let's just give him a conscience all of a sudden, even though like that never was really earned to me. But I did like how their relationship developed towards the end of the movie, and I like very specifically that they didn't have a romantic interest in each other. Like, there was one part where they were like in the elevator and like, doom's all around them, they're about to die, and I thought, oh man, they're gonna kiss, but I was like, no, that was actually a really sweet moment to me, that they did not kiss. They instead just looked at each other and were like, okay, this is the end of us. Like, they held hands and it was like, that's it. But it wasn't like this big kiss, oh, we gotta kiss each other. It was a very platonic kind of like, okay, this we're done, this is the end of our days. And like, that was epic. Like, their death scene where we actually see them basically engulfed in flames and rock, and like just them being dead, or not being dead, but just them becoming fire, and like that was insanely awesome, I think. If the Senate found out more planets would have joined the rebellion, for example, the Vader scene would have been so much better with a John Williams musical track. Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, the music in this, I want to say the music was bad in this movie. I think it was probably the least extravagant thing, or the least good thing about the movie, if that makes sense. But it wasn't bad or anything like that. It didn't intrude, but it impressive. I think so far in the new canon, you know, not new canon, but the new movies that have come out, the scores haven't been the best. They haven't. I mean, I would say I prefer the Force Awakens score to this one, only on the sole purpose of the fact that no, who's shooting me from the side? That I actually do remember Rey's theme and I can actually hum it right now. Versus Rogue One, there's nothing at the end of the day that you can like say, oh yeah, I totally remember that musical track. But it's really not the composer's fault. I forget the composer's name, but he only had like what, like 2 months to do it because Alexander Desplat, the guy who was initially going to do the score, he like pieced out like when they were doing all those reshoots. He's like, yeah, that does not fit my schedule. I can't do that. Hold on, let me put this right here. So like the guy only had like a few months to like, he didn't get the full time he needed to get his work done. Hold on, let me get these kills, dang it. I'm so glad they didn't kiss. It would have ruined that moment. Yeah, Tom Grillcut, I think that I was like, I almost convinced myself, it's okay if they kiss. It's okay if they kiss. I understand. But I was like, no, it'd be better if they didn't. I'm glad that they didn't because I think that was a much better moment as a platonic moment than to be a romantic moment, you know, in death. Like you're dying with a friend, not like you're dying with a lover. I think that's especially between a man and a woman. I think movies are so quick to like, oh man and woman, they have to love each other, right? They have to be together, right? But they chose, and I liked it that they chose not to make that the case. Like they didn't. Who's shooting me? Who's shooting me right now? Sorry. Oh my god, I just killed myself. Good job, Antoine. Great job. Gage Daly says, I was a big fan of the track that played when the two Star Destroyers hit each other. Oh, that was cool. I mean, I think the coolest part of that sequence in the movie, the two Star Destroyers that clashed into each other with the Hammerhead ship guys from the Old Republic. I mean, also that's in Rebels, so I think that's where they are taking it from, not from the Knights of the Republic. But like, that ramming scene was awesome. But yeah, I think the coolest thing about the score in that sequence was that there was no score. Like it was actually completely silent for a little bit there before they like crashed into the shield generator. I think that was actually like a really cool sequence. I thought to pull away and not have music in that moment, I think was a really good idea. Oh man, the Sonic imploders! Oh my god! And in the movie itself had Sonic imploders in them, which is pretty dope. That's how the Imperial pilot guy died, and I was like, in the movie, I was like, no, just throw it away. Like one of the shore troopers, he threw it inside his ship, and I was like, no, hurry up, just run over there and throw it back at him. But it was like too late. It's like Call of Duty, man. You just gotta like, you know, yeah, what's up? You can't get me. I'm in a shield. Yeah, what you gonna do about it? Oops, let me run away. They're gonna try and kill me. Yeah, that part, like, everyone dying, like everyone seeing it. Oh my god, guys, KS20 was awesome. Was so awesome. Like he's my favorite. I think he's my favorite droid. I think he has to be my favorite droid. He has like the best lines in all the movie. Well, let me back him into the shield. Where'd the shield go? I swear we just had a shield a second ago. Okay, hold on. Let me throw this imploder out there. Got you, blinded, and I hurt you, bro. But yeah, the droid was freaking hilarious. I like how his first line in the movie is like, congratulations, we're rescuing you, or something like that. Because like the other version of Jyn was that she could have just got worked by KS. Because like the alternative, as we've seen in the movie, is that this guy wrecks humans. Like there was a point when these stormtroopers try to attack him, and he just grabs one and like just chucks him at other stormtroopers, which is like freaking amazing. And I was like, this guy's amazing. This movie, like, there's a lot of moments in this movie I think that are really good. There's like a lot of really fun and awesome moments. I'm sorry. Let me read the chat. Hold on. Let me crouch right here. That whole ramming scene was giddy with excitement. Yeah, Tundra, I agree. That whole ramming scene was awesome. K2S Zero's death was the saddest death. It's funny how like non-sentient beings are. You know what? I would probably say. Yeah, KS was probably, or K2SO was probably the saddest death scene, but next to him would be the Donnie Yen character. He was probably the second saddest. Him and Boz, I think, were pretty sad. I got a little teary-eyed when that sequence happened. But yeah, K2SO was pretty sad. Like when, especially the way he just dies too. Like it was like an intense, like because he's a droid, he can get shot up like a lot more than like a human can. So like his sacrifice was like really epic. Like that was great. Like his entire everything about that guy in the movie was amazing, including oh my god, the best part of the scene. I love the scene where Jyn Erso shoots one of the droids that looks like a K2SO, and then he walks up behind. He goes like, "Did you think that was me?" and like the whole audience cracked up because that shit was funny. That was like really funny because when she first shot that droid, we were all like. I was like, oh my god, did she just shoot K2SO? Like, did it happen? Because they already like didn't like each other, kind of like in the beginning of the movie. So it's kind of like, oh my god, she like totally killed him. And then he comes from the back. He's like, did you think that was me? Like all like shocked and like mad almost. Like, bro, like think twice before you start shooting at me. You know? Oh, that guy killed me from the side. Flank. Tom Groka in the chat says K2SO, the Deadpool of this film. So true. What do you think of the end Darth Vader scene? I already spoke about that. So if you actually go back about 20 minutes in the stream, that's like the first thing I actually talked about was the end scene with Darth Vader, which I thought was amazing. Jyn Erso. So in terms of Jyn Erso, I don't know if I like her character. It's kind of the same with Rey in a sense. I'm getting a phone call right now. Hold on, guys. Let me answer this phone call. Answering phone call. Hold on. Hello?
Hello?
Hey, what's up?
Is...
Oh my god, phone call just went away. Hold up, guys. Hold on. Give me a second here. I gotta make sure I answer this phone call. I wonder if she's gonna call me back or if I should call her back. Are we gonna do that telephone tag thing right now? Alright, I'm gonna do that right now. Oh, let me read the chat while I'm making this phone call real quick. Yes, I agree with you, Mark Waden. I'm gonna say what you just said in the chat right now.
I think my ear hung up on you.
Oh, that's okay. What's up?
I was just wondering if it was cool to get the stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, all the stuff. Yeah, that's fine. The oil and all that stuff. Because the turkey still hasn't thawed. It's been like half a day already, and it's still freaking frozen.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Yeah, so I'll just wait. So it's okay.
Okay. All right.
Cool. See you later.
Okay. Bye.
All right. Okay, so yeah, in the chat, Mark Waden says, I didn't like the R2 and C-3PO cameo. Yeah, I agree. I think that was a little, it was, I get it, yeah, you want to put that in there to be like, oh, hey, like, they're there, oh, R2-D2, C-3PO, oh, they're like in every movie. But I do think it was out of place. Like, I don't think it was in the right place. They could have probably did it in a better spot. It kind of actually took away from, like, the pacing of that scene. So I do agree. I think the R2-D2 and the C-3PO cameo was... not so great. Not the best. But it wasn't terrible. But it was. Come here, bro. You about to die today. Oh, sorry. You're one of the homies. What was I talking about before I took my little break with the phone call and all that stuff? I can't remember. Jyn Erso. Yeah, I don't know if I liked her character. It's kind of the same thing with Rey. I don't know. I can't really like fully explain what it is I didn't like about her, or I don't think she was like fully developed as a character, or I don't think there was enough setup and payoff with her character, especially with like, for instance, in this video game, in Battlefront, like when you first play with her, or all of her like ad-libs are like, oh yeah, reckless, I'm totally reckless. Oh, like, do I play against the rules? Oh, I'm not playing. I don't play with the rules. You know, I'm against the rules or whatever like that. And they even cut out her line in the movie, the one that be like about, isn't this a rebellion? Like, I'm here to rebel or something like that, right? Like, I feel like they cut out a lot of her backstory of what made her, like, what makes her ruthless, what makes her such a badass, like, you know, that sort of thing. It just like, she kind of turned into like rebellion hero. Like, we got the payoff of her being the rebellion hero, but we didn't really get the setup of her being like this badass. I mean, we see her in the jail at the very beginning of the movie, but that could have just been like, okay, she was like a rebel and she got caught on something and now she's in jail. It didn't seem like she was in jail because she like is a bad person or is reckless or anything like that. Or at least that's not the impression I got from the movie. And I think that's what the movie kind of wants us to think, is that, oh man, like, she doesn't play by anyone's rules, not the Empire, not the rebellion. And then at the end of the movie, you're supposed to think, okay, the payoff is that, okay, she finally like has a cause, she has a calling. You know, she's not like this ruthless kid who's just doing it's just a rebel without a cause. Now she has the cause at the end of the movie. I don't feel like that arc was there in that part. And I probably would say Jyn Erso might be my least favorite character of them all. Second to least favorite will probably be Cassian, but I liked him so much in the beginning, not so much in the middle and all that. But with his with his decision with Galen Erso, I don't think that decision was earned. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about Jyn Erso? Like, what did you guys think about that? Opinion on Tarkin says KDH Commander. I already spoke about that earlier in the stream. If you want to hear that, you can go back about maybe like 20 minutes. You can hear about what I thought about the Tarkin scenes in this movie, as well as Vader. I talked about Vader as well. I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to think about what other topics that I would want to bring up in the context of ranting and all that kind of stuff. Gage says, man, the Rebels really stepped up from the old Red 5 to the new Red 5. Oh, thank you for bringing that up about the Red 5. Dude, they did such a good job with that. Okay, so I don't know if you guys noticed, but they actually spliced in footage from the original Star Wars, from A New Hope, when Red Squadron came in and was about to attack Scarif and all that. They actually brought in old footage of the captains of doing their cosigns. I forget which call signs they were, Red 1, Red 3. I don't remember what the heck the names were, but they spliced in the old footage, and they were there in the battle. So those guys who were attacking the Death Star in the New Hope were at the Battle of Scarif as well. And I thought that was so good. I was like, I don't think anyone else in the theater really caught on to that because it was so quick, and I think people who really were original Star Wars fans who watched the original trilogy over and over like I did when I was a kid got it, but I don't think most people in the theater really got it, because I was when that little scene showed up where it was all the old footage of the guys saying what's up, what's going on. I freaked out. I was like, oh my god, this old footage. But no one else around me was agreeing with me or going yeah. It was more just me on my own. I was like, guys, how do you not? This is the original footage. They were at this battle and they were at the Death Star battle. How do you guys not? How do you guys there was a lot of moments in this movie of just me freaking out, just me straight up just enjoy of this movie. Okay, hold on, we gotta kill this guy. Wow. Watch your backs, guys. Watch your back. Let me turn on some explosive shot. I'm going crazy. I'm going ham right now. All right, here we go. Tundra, didn't you like the Vader scene? I overall liked Jyn, says Gage. I think her dad's death really changed how she saw the world, and she had hope when the rebellion was ready to give up. She also had some serious determination. I actually think I liked her dad more than I liked her. Even though we only seen him for such a little time, I liked him a lot. Saw Guerrera, the guy originally from the Clone Wars, played by Forrest Whitaker. He was cool. I don't have anything. I loved seeing that, and I loved seeing the rebels on Jeddah because they were the extremists. They were the ones who were doing the terrorist attack and just straight up offing people and stuff like that. And just the way they operate is less like the Rebel Alliance. And even I liked how we saw some of the elements of the Rebel Alliance, how much they didn't give an F about anything. When the captain who talked to Cassian was like, "Hey, yo, kill Galen, hey, do this," they're pretty ruthless, and I mean that's kind of the stuff that you don't tell the Mon Mothma. You're like, hey, Mon Mothma, I can't really know about this, but hey, you gotta assassinate this dude. Hey, you gotta go there. You gotta kill your friend. So I love seeing that part of the Rebel Alliance. There's these people who are would stop at nothing to meet the ends, and they're very similar to what I think Saw Gerrera was doing on Jeddah, who was an extremist of the rebellion and the extremist of anti-empire. I thought all of that stuff in the movie was really well done. I think that was really, really good. Digital Vanquish says, I loved how many cameos and nods there were to the film. I do agree, except for the like a homie was saying earlier, except for the R2D2 C3PO cameo. I think all the other ones were great. I think they were all pretty good. Orson Krennic, I liked that character a lot. He was cool. I mean, he did what he was supposed to do. He did his villain thing. I definitely like his opening scene where he was like, "Oh, hey, look, your wife is back from the dead, and she seems to be all better." Like I thought that was a really good. You need to die. Okay, what I need to do right now is throw this sonic grenade right in there. There we go. But yeah, like I like this little humor he had in that first scene. Yeah, like I can't really say anything bad about Orson Krennic. I think he did everything he did properly. He did everything great. I didn't really like his death scene though. Like it was that kind of like fake out. Oh, Cassian's not dead. He's here to save the day. He shot him. You know. So I didn't really like his death all that much. I think it was kind of a punk death, especially for this character who was pretty awesome throughout. Oh wow, yeah, just him with the smart grenade. Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, okay. I'm glad someone brought that up. Digital Vanquish, I think someone else brought up how Jeddah looked a lot like Jerusalem, or like kind of like just like the Middle East, especially with how some of the people looked like straight up what we think of as terrorists in America, and I think that was done intentionally. I think that they made the extremists of the rebels look like extremists of our real world, and I wonder if anyone else was like seeing that when I was watching the movie. I was like, this is like getting there, where they're like talking like they had like the head wraps and everything, and like it was like kind of like a desert planet in a way, and it was very dusty, and it had that look, and it gave me that feel as well. So I felt like that was commentary on our own real world. With that imagery, I think that imagery was very strong, especially in our modern day, and what we would think about in this modern day, or what we associate with extremists. But yeah, it looked a lot like Jerusalem or like Syria or anything like that. All right, yeah, just hit me with your bombs. Sure, fine. See if I care. Enemy blinded. Oh, I thought enemy would have got killed after that blind. I'm gonna sit right here and look at the comments. Hey guys, how's it going? What's up, Reverend Spiritus? We're talking about Rogue One spoilers right now. Krennic is better in Catalyst. Oh yeah, so now that I've watched Rogue One, I'm gonna give Catalyst another try. I tried reading it before, but I just wasn't into it. I was like, just not into it. But I bet if I had read Catalyst before, it would have gave a lot more. It would have gave me a lot more to go off of in terms of the relationship between Galen Erso and Orson Krennic. I think that relationship would have been elevated probably a little bit more for me, because that's kind of like what was happening in the book itself. Like that relationship was being developed, but I just couldn't get into it. Just couldn't get off me. Wow, you suck. I missed like all my shots. Yeah, because that relationship. But I liked it in the book. I mean, in the movie too. I think the relationship was fine in the movie. I kind of understood that they, were colleagues and that kind of thing. And I liked. Oh, by the way, the flashback scene. By the way, we finally got our first, I guess, official flashback scene in Star Wars in this movie. I mean, you could technically say we got a flashback in Force Awakens with the whole the memories of the lightsaber that Rey got when she touched the Anakin's lightsaber. But yes, in this movie, we got like a proper flashback to when Jyn was younger with her father and Orson Krennic. And I wonder if anyone else thought about this. Were they on Coruscant? Because the cityscape in the back looked a lot like Coruscant. Oh, that's one of my own people. I don't know. I'm trying to shoot you. I don't know if that came up for anyone else, but that totally, like, to me, I was like, this is totally. Ooh, you're gonna die. I'm gonna stay right here. Thank you for the protection, bro. Thank you for the protection. Yeah, did that look like Coruscant to anyone else? Krennic death scene was actually when Tarkin gave command to fire. Oh yeah, that's funny. He gave the command to fire. I thought that's how Krennic would die. I think that would have been a better way for him to die, like by the whole planet, or not the planet, but the Scarif station being destroyed, not by him getting shot by Cassian. Though, I mean, you could say that he still was alive, that he just got shot by Cassian, and that he was disabled, but he never was actually killed. So you know what? I want to think about it like that. Yeah, Cassian, he just wounded him, but he didn't actually kill Krennic. Krennic got killed by Tarkin, who gave the order to destroy the station on Scarif. And I liked, there's like the little small scenes I like. I like there's like little characters, like not even secondary characters, but like third, tertiary. How do you say third? In like you say first, primary, secondary, and then you say like treachery, tertiary. I always forget how to say that word. There was characters like that I liked. Like there was like this soldier who was with the Imperial pilot, and they were inside their station, and they were like giving the Imperials false readings. Like they say like, oh no, we need help at landing pad 9, landing pad 8, landing pad 4. Oh my God, we're dying over here. Where's our backup? I love that they were like making the Imperials like confused and stuff like that. I thought that was great. Um, the whole battle sequence I think was done really well, and I liked seeing each individual soldier doing their specific mission. I liked seeing how, like I'm saying, like this movie was actually the very first, I think, Star War movie that we saw. I mean, I think next to it probably the space battles and like Return of the Jedi and the End of A New Hope and Revenge of the Sith, like the space battles, are probably the most how can I say it, most war like. But this like felt like, in terms of ground assault, this felt like a really like a war movie. The film isn't saying ISIS are good, but it portrays the alliance in a darker light. Yes, I agree with that. Digital Vanquish. I don't think they're trying to commentate and say like, "Oh no, ISIS is good. Like what they're doing is good." It's just it's showing you a new perspective of why or how an organization like that could be built, or the parallels between those two factions or those two kinds of things. I don't know if I'm explaining myself correctly, but yes, I understand where you're coming from, Digital Vanquish, and I think that's the kind of commentary they were trying to provide with the with ISIS or with any kind of extremist group that we have today with the Saw Gerrera group on Jeddah. I think and I think it was really well done. I think it was pretty good. Is Vader's palace on Mustafar? Actually, I'm not sure because they did show when Krennic went there. He did go to like a palace kind of a thing. It was definitely different. But I don't know. I don't know if that was the case or not. Three Topics reviewer in the house. He says, I thought this movie was okay for the most part. Definitely think it was more than okay. It was definitely a great movie throughout. I don't think some people have been trying to like tout this as like being on par with Empire Strikes Back. I mean, I mentioned this at the beginning of the movie or at the beginning of this video that no, let's not even. It's not even in the discussion. It's not even in the league of Empire Strikes Back. But it's a really good movie, and I enjoyed it more than The Force Awakens, and liked it a lot more than The Force Awakens. I think it did better. I think it did things better than The Force Awakens did, and it's more fresh as a prequel than Force Awakens was as a sequel. I think, in my personal opinion. I'm hoping Vader's base is in Vajun. Why? Because you like that from Dark Rendezvous or something from that book? What do you think of seeing Vader in that tank without his suit on? I spoke about that at the beginning of the video, Tom Grillcut. Sorry, you came in a little bit later. You keep asking about the Vader questions. But if you go back to the beginning of my video about 40 minutes ago, that's like the first thing I discussed. Um, yeah. I wish they would have explained who his attendant was, like who was there with him. Oops. Oh my God, I'm not paying attention. Because there was like these people there with him who were, I think it's probably just like just medical assistants who were just making sure that he doesn't drown in Bacta or anything like that. If you want it. Hold on, let me get one kill and then no! Don't you dare kill me, B-Wing! God dang it. Attendant equals Snoke rumors confirmed. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, the guy who was in the hood. I believe, I could be wrong, but there's a character, I forget his name, but he's like Darth Sidious's attendant. He's also in Aftermath. I don't know if you guys have read that book, the first Aftermath book. He was part of that council who like was like a follower of like the Sith and stuff like that. He worshipped Sidious and Vader and stuff like that. I believe that's the character. I forget what his official name is, like what his actual name is, but I believe that's that same character who came to Vader to give him the news. Pretty cool cameo if that is the character. I'm not sure if it is or not. Pretty sure it is. But like the movie did a lot of that. They did a lot of like there were some cameos that were like really obvious. Like you would really like. There's no way you would not know that was a cameo for like everyone. But there was even smaller ones like Jyn Erso's little kyber crystal is blank. It's white because in canon now, the way kyber crystals work now is that they all are clear and then they change color based on like your allegiance with the Force, which I think is kind of BS. Like, for instance, the Death Star. Why is the Death Star like? Why is it giving off a green hue when the explanation apparently in the books, or not in the books, but in the Ahsoka novel, which explains how kyber crystals work, is that you can like change the color if you want to. Like she turned the Inquisitor's lightsaber that was a red lightsaber into the white lightsaber that she uses. I'm like, that's such a BS. Like that doesn't work. Especially if you think about it in the context of wow, I'm about to die. Oh my god. Especially if you think about it in the context of Anakin Skywalker. Like his lightsaber was Blue, even though he went and did child murder and the Jedi in the Jedi Temple. If it really is the case that you can change your color based on like your allegiance of the Force, his lightsaber should have instantly become red before he even fought Obi-Wan Kenobi. Oh my God, let's go get that. Let's go get that. Back off, back off, back off. Mine, 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 mine. Back off, back off, back off, back off, back off, back off, back off. Got it, coach. Let's be Vader, shall we? Yes, I also love that the Ghost was in the film. I like that little cameo. I don't think you can have another Empire Strikes Back. It was like catching light in a bottle. Yeah, I agree. Like, I think it's going to be really hard. I mean, it's possible. I still think that the new trilogy, the sequel trilogy, can still get up to that level. Ooh, is this Luke Skywalker? Is this Luke Skywalker? Is this Luke Skywalker? He's about to die. Nope, he's not locking on me. Hey, where'd Luke Skywalker go? Where did Luke Skywalker go? I want him. I want him. I need him. That's fine. I'll get that kill. I'll get that kill. But I really want Luke Skywalker, though. Hold on. Hold on. Now I'm focusing on gameplay. A little less ranting, a little bit more gameplay. This is my last. This is gonna be my last game anyway, so I'm gonna focus. That is freaking Luke Skywalker. Okay, I'm gonna grab that guy. Come here, Luke. Come here, Luke. Stop healing yourself. Stop healing yourself. Stop cheating. Stop cheating. God dang it. I feel like I'm gonna lose him every time. No, he's right here. 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 No, that's not Luke. God dang it. Where the heck is freaking Luke? Is this Luke? Nah, this isn't Luke. I'm doing too much damage to him. Dude, where's Luke at? Oh, there he is. Dude, Luke, stop moving. Stop moving. You and all your R2-D2 health. He cheats because on if you ever play as Luke Skywalker on this game, he can heal himself every so often because R2-D2 can basically do repairs to his ship. Come on. Come on, Luke. Okay, you know what? Oh my God, you're getting my... Oh my God, he just healed himself again. Okay, that's it. I'm not even gonna deal with Luke no more. I'm gonna deal with all his homies. I'm gonna kill all your homies even though I can't kill you. No one seems to be able to kill me either. God dang it. Oh, you know what I also thought in the movie? I thought that we would see Luke, Vader do some TIE fighter stuff. I thought he was going to be in his TIE Advance. He was going to, like, mess up a bunch of the rebels, like, in the ship before he, like, you know, went into the Tantive 4 and, like, did all that stuff. I think that would have been cool. Like, we saw, like, in the comic book Vader Down. I thought it would have been cool if we saw him in space combat first, and then saw him board the Tantive 4 and then, like, try and kill off all those rebels, which was freaking an amazing scene. Freaking, I cannot kill him for the life of me. I don't even care anymore. I'm like so over Luke right now. I'm so over you, Luke. I'm so over you. Oh, and the voice, because they got James Earl Jones to do the voice again for Vader. I felt like he sounded a little bit too old, especially if you were to watch Rogue One right before A New Hope. I think you would definitely hear the difference in his voice. Like, I think you would have... Get off me. Get off me. Fine. Fine. Also, Jeddah, I don't know if anyone noticed in the movie, but Jeddah was an old Jedi temple, and apparently was like the last like really notable Jedi temple that was in the galaxy that they destroyed. So I thought that was interesting that they did that. And the reason why they were there is because they were excavating kyber crystals, which makes sense because you know they're gonna excavate. They need a bunch of lightsaber like crystals to power the Death Star. You know, we're going to kill Luke once and for all. Oh, did we kill Luke? Oh, no, it was Red 3. Who's Red 3? Oh, Biggs? I think Red 3 is Biggs. Nope, get off me. I always do that. I always evade and then kill myself. Boz has to be a hero. No, I don't think they're done. The Battlefront is done. There's no more content coming out for Battlefront. So so Battlefront 2 will have more stuff from the sequel trilogy. It's gonna have, I hope, man, I really hope they do Clone Wars. I don't know if they are. It doesn't sound like it from the reports. They're gonna do Clone Wars, but I really hope they do Clone Wars. Nope, can't kill me. Can't kill me. Can't kill me. No, I missed it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Give it to me. Give it to me. There we go. But yeah, I don't know what they're going to do for Battlefront 2. I mean, I know for sure they're going to do the sequel trilogy, and they're going to do what they did here in the original trilogy. But man, can you give us Clone Wars, please? I would love to play as Ahsoka Tano. Like, we have yet to be able to play as Ahsoka Tano in a video game. I mean, we had some video games with her. There was this Clone Wars video game that came out. But I mean, like, seeing her in, like rendered, like, with these graphics, you know what I'm saying? Like, whew, that would be what's up. That would be what's up. Nope. Nope. No. 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 You want to die? You want to die? You can't be messing with Vader. You can't be messing with Vader. Oh, I got you now. I got you now. I have you now. Dang, he evaded me. No, he didn't. I saw you go down. Where'd you go? I'm over here trying to chase this one guy. I should be like attacking the rest of his friends. And they are messing me up. They are messing me up. Yeah, Vader was savage. I like how everybody's coming in the street. That's the thing that we all keep talking about is Vader. Nope, get out of here. Get out of here. You ain't doing nothing to me. Oh, get here, Luke. Come here, Luke. Get that kill. Got you, Luke. Got you, Red 5. Ah, I love it. That's kind of when he said. Well, he didn't say that in the movie. He didn't say I dealt with them myself. But in the movie, Tarkin does say, "Oh, hey, Vader's gonna go and take care of him." Like I love that he just like says, "Oh, he's gonna take care of him." God dang it! And it's funny. It's funny how if you think about it in A New Hope, like where where Leia says we're on a diplomatic mission to Alderaan. It's like, no, you weren't. Freaking Vader saw you at Scarif. You know, like drive off. Like, come on, come on. Like you can't come up with that story, especially when he saw your ship like at the Battle of Scarif and trying to escape. Like you can't use that excuse of diplomatic mission to Alderaan. That was you can't do that. It's kind of funny now if seeing the movie and then like seeing her line now. It's like that line is BS and she knows it. She is lying through her teeth. Lying through her teeth. Sorry guys, I'm just concentrating. It's hard to talk about the movie and play Fighter Squadron because you have to really concentrate on Fighter Squadron. It's really difficult to do both at the same time. Hold on, hold on. How about I just go this way and I look at the comments? Late 2017, Ahsoka could also fit in the Empire. Oh yeah, that's real. That's true. Like she can fit in the the Rebel timeline, although she wasn't really a part of the Rebels that much. Alright, cool. So I'm going to look at the last comments here. That's pretty much the end of my stream / my rant about spoiler stuff with regards to Rogue One. I think I pretty much said everything that I want to say about the movie spoiler-wise. John Smith says, I have no expansions. Vader has a real Google. He made a theater go crazy. Tom, they probably haven't heard of her. The chaps who made this game are so far from Star Wars fans, it's not even funny. That's kind of true. I actually have noticed that in the not in the comments, but in the interview material. They seem like they're fans of like the original movies, but they don't know anything else about Star Wars besides the original movies. Like they don't seem like they know about Clone Wars. They don't know about Ahsoka Tano. Like if you ask them about that, they probably know about it now because there's so many people on their Facebook page who keep saying like put this in there, put that in there, and now they finally are listening. But yeah, I think especially from earlier interviews, they seem like they're just original trilogy fans, like and not knowing anything else about Star Wars. Antoine, did you camp in front of a theater? No, assigned seating, man. 21st century, you buy your tickets like 3 weeks in advance and you have an assigned seat. Hey Antoine, I love your vids. I subbed. You make my day so much better. Thank you, Miles. I'd be surprised if they didn't know about her, Tom Grillcut says, referring to Ahsoka and the team of Battlefront. Are they gonna do HVV soon? Oh, Heroes versus Villains soon. I could play it. Oh no, I'm actually done with my stream, but I would have played it. I didn't know you wanted to. Great stream, Gage says. Thank you, Gage. Cheer It and Boz. I talked about them earlier in the stream. If you want to watch that, you can rewatch my stream right now. Good stream, convinced me to see the movie. I wonder how many Rogue One stuff we will see in Rebels now. I'm sure we're going to see a lot. I think Dave Filoni even said that too. He says once, like after the break, after everyone sees Rogue One, will the Rebels TV series will be able to talk more about that and how Rebels connects to Rogue One and all that stuff. It's kind of the same way how they were able to do a lot more stuff that connected to The Force Awakens after The Force Awakens came out. Did you go to midnight release? No, I went to a 7 p.m. release. I went 4 hours, 5 hours before midnight. That you know how they do that now. They don't do midnight releases anymore. It's more like 4 hours before, 5 hours before before midnight. All right, that's it. I'm gonna start doing shoutouts. Thank you guys for joining the stream. A Monstered, thank you for coming out to the stream, listening to my rant. Gage, thank you for coming out to the stream, listening to my rant. Marvel Trooper, thank you for listening to my stream and listening to my rant. Blah blah blah. John Smith, thank you for coming out to the stream. Mark Wyden, thank you for coming out to the stream. I agree with you. R2D2, C3PO, totally out of place in the spot they were in the movie. Could have totally worked, but didn't work. Cameo and Cat, man, haven't seen you in so long. Thank you for coming out to the stream and listening to. Oh, he says, what the F? My local theater does not have assigned seats. First come, first serve. Me and my friends got there at 1:30. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I don't know. Maybe that's like a Los Angeles thing that we have assigned seating at like almost every theater. Actually, I don't think there's a single theater in LA now that has first come first serve seating that I'm aware of. Pats for Life, thank you for coming out to the stream. Thank you for being here. Zaylan Maru, thank you for being part of the stream. Digital Vanquish, thank you for being here. Much love, much love. Kenny, Kenny Ving Passert, thank you for being part of the stream. Devin Taylor, see you later, man. Tom Growcut, always awesome. Thank you for modding. Thank you for being part of the stream. That's it, guys. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, love. May the force be with you. Always.